the Sierra Nevada. They've got a little booth right over there. Please go visit them. Thank you, and have fun. I don't know what else to say. Sierra Nevada. I haven't had one, and I feel like I have already. Okay, that's what doing comedy at 1 o'clock makes you feel like. Our next comic is the host of Edge of Insanity, and he's here for you now. A big round of applause for Paul Brumbaugh.
Keep it going for the Stupids and Ron Fye, everybody! My name is Paul Brumbaugh, and I've got a voice for radio. And I've got a body to match. Can you tell from there? Literally. Oh, drink it in, folks. I know I look a lot like Louis C.K. is wearing a Halloween costume of George Carlin right now, right? Story of my life. Good to see you out here. Comedy Day. Give it up for yourselves. Man. Love it. I love it. I love it. The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. No, I'm serious. At this age, seriously. At least all my problems, or at least half of them, are behind me. The other half are being brought to you by the fine folks over at Sierra Nevada. But it's good. Round of applause for who is actually here this afternoon. Wow, I can't believe it, San Francisco fooling me like that. That's crazy. I love it. Yeah, we've been talking about the pandemic. We've been talking about a lot of things. One thing is I try to give people jokes to take home to either, their co-workers, their family, something from my act that they can't mess up. Okay? So listen really close, if you would be so kind. Adults, this one's for you. This one's for you. What do you call an email from Anthony Weiner? Uh-oh, yeah, not uh-oh. Close. Junk mail. Hey now. Thank you. I'll take that rim shot. One for the kids. I haven't forgotten about you, kids. Haven't forgotten about you. Here's one to take back to school. What do you call a lewd email from Miss Piggy? Spam. Oh. Wow. 2 rim shots in the same day? Boy, I'm tired. I love it. Let me see, what else do I got for you guys? I love it. I love being here. I love being in the middle of this meadow. I love being in the middle of Robin Williams Meadow. I love being near Hippie Hill. Oh my gosh. I'm old school. That's why. I'm super old school. I see a 2-minute warning and I want to dive right into it. No, but I love it. I love that hill. I love that hill. Why? Because all my heroes hung out on that hill. Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix, even Robin Williams would sit up on that hill and get there's kids. Get inspired by the surroundings of San Francisco. And I know these guys, the Stupids, they are one of my generation, right guys? You're my generation. These guys listen to Spotify and have MP3s. We had LPs. Didn't we have LP, guys? That's right. You know what? You know what I like about LPs? You can actually crack the cellophane, look at the picture, have something tangible for your $10 this generation. Okay. How do you roll a joint on an MP3? I still haven't figured that out. Man, I tell you. But I'm in love. Love is great. I'm engaged after 20 years in the most beautiful relationship I've ever been in, folks. Give it up for me. Oh. But it's sad because you know what? We're in this world today where, if you're single, you want to be in a relationship. And when you're in a relationship, you want to be in a threesome. But that's the old me. I digress. Oh my goodness. I want to thank you very much for your time. Please patronize all of our sponsors today. Let's get you back to your host, Ron Vi, everybody.
One more time, Paul Brumbaugh, everyone. I'd like to give a big round of applause to some other sponsors like SF Fun Cheap, Rush Tickets, or Rush Tix, T-I-X, and also San Francisco, who sponsored part of the last hour. A round of applause for them, please. Thank you. Gonna bring your next comic to the stage, a favorite at clubs and colleges all over. A big round of applause for Mr. Steve Osborne.
Thank you for that awesome Christopher Cross introduction. We're doing it! Oh my goodness, we're out here. Oh, I have not been performing outside in San Francisco since during the pandemic on a Haight Street sidewalk, so this is better. No, I was doing that show, and at one point, and the thing about Haight Street is there's lots of people there, not necessarily for comedy, but they're just there, and I was doing the show, and a guy came up with a stick very aggressively. Like, this wasn't just a stick he found, this is a stick that he had a relationship with, and he was coming at me very forcibly, and I was so nervous because he wasn't wearing a mask. Times have changed, is what I'm saying. And the thing is, I get it, I know why he's upset. I'm doing comedy in the middle of his bathroom, I'd be mad too. This is great. I traveled all the way from exotic Sonoma County to be here. This is very lovely. Specifically Sebastopol, and if you have, yeah, give that love. And if you haven't been to Sebastopol, I highly recommend you do. It is a great place to go and escape diversity. It's like a home game for me every day. It's really something. No, but it's great to be out here and alive, and everybody's just risking their lives for our jokes, and we just mean so much. If this is the last time we see each other, I love you all. This is amazing. No, this is great. This is a super fun time. I celebrated my 25th wedding anniversary during the pandemic. Yeah. Not at all what we thought it was going to be. I think we just both woke up, looked at each other, said, still alive? Great, we'll see you next year. Like, that was about it. Man, I don't know. I didn't do well during the lockdown, you know? I mean, there were some people that were like on Facebook talking about how like, oh, you know what? I'm crafting, I'm reading more, I'm taking up a second language, and I'm just taking some personal inventory and saying, what have I done? I dabbled in alcoholism. That was fun. I think it's gonna stick. No, and it's, but the thing is, like, 25 years of marriage. In addition to that, I have a 25-year-old son, so do the math if you're interested on that one. But he moved out, he moved out before the pandemic, and, you know, and it was so nice that he would always check in with us to see if he could come over, if we felt safe, and it was even better because now we had an excuse to say, no, sorry, we just don't think you should come over. We feel compromised. But during the holidays, he really wanted to show up, and because he wanted to get his gifts, and he says, hey, is it okay if I come? We said, yeah, we'll make the exception, that's fine. And he says, can I bring a guest? And I was like, I don't know, things are a little weird right now. I was like, it's my new girlfriend, I'd really like you to meet her. And I said, I know, but it's like another person into our bubble. He says, trust me, she's tested negative. And I was like, well, that's a first for one of your girlfriends, but that's fine, I'll take it. But he's lovely, he's a lovely child. And the thing is, on this group text to me and my wife, he actually gave us a little bit of a warning saying that I just want you to know that my girlfriend's a little different than other girls I've dated in the past, and you should I don't want you to be freaked out when she shows up. And that brought all these wonderful images into my head. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is going to be amazing. But instead he said she's 42 years old. Now at this point my wife left the group text. I don't know if you've ever heard someone leave a group text. I didn't think you could. I heard the group text slam shut. She just boom. And she just started pacing around the room. She's like, well, she can't come over. We can't have her over. I said, why? Well, because we might know her. And I'm like, well, that's it's accurate. Very astute. And she said, what did we do wrong as parents? What did we do wrong that he would seek the relationship of somebody so much older? And I said, I don't think we did anything wrong. In fact, you might have done something too right because you are his type. And that's something we just have to deal with now for the rest of our lives. Wow, the entire hill groaned. That was amazing.